Well, good morning and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would share with you some seed sowing, and today I'm going to sow giant red carrots by the Real Seed Company. I love this company because they have some really unusual varieties, and a really good friend of mine recommended this particular variety because she said that it really does grow very large carrots. So what I've done is I've got a trough here which is quite deep. I would think it's about 8 inches deep. It's got wooden sides and it's absolutely full of compost. Now I haven't replaced the soil in this trough for quite a long time because I've been using it just to grow lettuces. So at the moment it's got some pretty good compost in. I think plenty of nutrients still remaining, and this is the first time I've tried to grow carrots in it, so it'll be a bit of an experiment. But the great thing is if you use compost to grow carrots, then you minimize the chances of the carrot coming across a stone, because these are very large carrots, and the point being that they do need quite a lot of room to grow down into the soil. It's quite interesting actually because I spent quite a lot of time in the Outer Hebrides of Scotland, and in the islands there, the fertile soil, also known as maca, is very sandy and is particularly good for growing carrots, whereas on the other side of the islands, where it's a much more peaty soil, they're very difficult to dig, and therefore there's very little success. So I'm emulating the perfect growing conditions here for the carrots. Now, a few things to remember about carrot seeds themselves is if you buy the seeds, then try to remember to actually use them that year. They don't really store particularly well, carrot seeds, so you can sow the whole packet and that's absolutely fine. But bear in mind that you don't want to sow them too thickly, because you will have to thin them out if you want nice large carrots. So all I've done is I've channeled out a couple of shallow drills, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the seeds in the shallow drills along here. Now I've already measured them out into my hand, so I can show you what I'm going to do with them now, which is basically just to put them in the holes, in the hole that I've made, not too thickly, just sprinkle them gradually along there, and then you can just cover them lightly like that and wait for them to germinate. I won't do the other drill that I've done because it would take up a lot of your time, but I thought I'd just also tell you a little bit about how to care for them. You do need to keep them watered, and that's quite important, especially when they germinate. And then when they have grown quite a size, you can then prick them out, and basically what I tend to do is thin them to about 3 inches apart, and try to do it in dull weather, because that can help the carrot fly to be repelled. Carrot fly is a problem. I've never actually had it, but I do know that you've got to make sure that you want to, if you're doing any thinning out, make sure you do it in weather which is quite dull. And if you do have a problem with carrot fly, you can actually cover them with fleece, which will deter that. But other than that, just keep them well watered. And what I'll do is I'll bring you back to this this bed again in a few weeks' time, and I'll show you how we're getting on. But in the meantime, I highly recommend this company, Real Seeds. I've used them for years, and if you really want to try something different, then I can highly recommend them, and they're very good value as well. This particular variety is Italian, and so it's something different. They also have some very good postal privileges for people who are on low incomes, so certainly if that's the situation for you, have a look at their website. So certainly I can highly recommend them. As I say, running out of space in my suburban garden. So this particular bed that I'm growing them in is very sandwiched in amongst other things. I mean, there's a carrier just here, I've got my apple tree here, I've got a potato that's actually self-seeded from last year at the end of the bed here, which is why I'm only doing shallow drills up to about 3/4 of the bed, because I don't want to actually dig that up until it's a little bit more advanced. So there is a lot going on around here, and just over here I've got my sunburst cherry, which has got some lovely cherries on over there, and then just here is my little sister's bed, which, well, I say little sisters, they're very large now. That's my beautiful rock rose. So there we are. So have a go at these lovely carrots. They are the Real Seed Company organic giant red carrots, and I'll return in a few weeks to let you know how they're getting on, and then hopefully we can have a big unveiling when we dig them up in a few months' time.